So guys, there's this video which it is going viral of a white nurse. She's about to lose her job and hospital sued for mistreating and neglecting pregnant black woman. We are now seeing how this white nurse, she is neglecting and how she is treating a pregnant black woman. And this video, it has gone viral, and majority of Americans, they have come out and react towards this video. So kindly guys, I want you to watch this clip, then I'll be back with more comment. Remember, this video, it is only for education purpose.
Dallas Regional Medical Hospital, Mesquite, Texas. Everybody needs to share this video. Black women are not treated fairly. Black women are not treated equally. This is insane and inhumane, and it must stop.
This is your third pregnancy?
Yes!
You have 2 babies
It's
at
in
home?
my ass!
You have 2 babies at home? Who's your doctor?
Lang is her doctor. Y'all treat all your patients like this, or just the black ones?
Beverly's the first patient for you. Last name is Jones. She's G3P2. I'm not sure when her due date is.
Her due
I
date is
just
the
said it
10th.
was the 10th.
I think her due date is the 10th.
She got 3 pregnancies, 2 babies at home. I bet y'all listen next time. When you found out you was delivering at this hospital, your ass should have changed doctors. Everybody say how they treat people.
Ma'am,
Yes.
are you able to call the anesthesiologist?
Someone is coming to take you to labor and delivery.
That's not what I asked.
I cannot know.
Have her repeatedly questioned instead of being immediately assessed and even comforted, it is not acceptable. It's actually distressing, and this should not be happening anywhere. This is not about blaming one individual person. This is about acknowledging that systemic issues exist, including racial bias, communication failures, and times where protocols and paperwork seem to take priority over the patient that is right in front.
I just watched something that absolutely disgusted me. As a former ER nurse and a current labor and delivery nurse, I usually try to seek the best intent of a nurse. Not today. Not today. Because barring you having a medical emergency yourself, where your legs, your arms, and your voice no longer work, there is zero excuse for the blatant neglect that I just watched. And as a reminder, Black women are 3 times as likely to die in and around childbirth than their white counterparts. Part of that is because they are not believed about their pain. How you can sit there on the computer and act like you don't notice that this woman is actively birthing beside you is crazy town to me. Unacceptable, inexcusable. And if you've got coworkers who you watch do something like that, you are just as culpable.
As a previous emergency room nurse, we don't claim her. As a current labor and delivery nurse, we don't claim her. And as a woman, we definitely don't claim her. And if you don't know who she is, you're sadly about to find out.
How many times have you been pregnant?
Doesn't matter.
Who's your doctor?
Doesn't matter. Here's what matters. Pregnant belly.
Your due date is 11.
Excruciating pain.
2 babies
It's
at
in
home?
my ass!
You have 2 babies at home?
Her telling you exactly what's happening to her body. Black women are still 3 times more likely to die in childbirth than their white counterparts, than people that look like me. So not only is this nurse disrespecting this woman who's clearly about to have a baby in a wheelchair, she is also exponentially adding to her birth trauma. Because regardless of whatever the outcome of this situation was, she's going to take that with her in her postpartum journey. And unfortunately, people being treated like this in the hospital setting is going to push more and more moms into home births, where maybe they didn't want a home birth before, or maybe it's not safe for them to have a home birth. If this is how I was treated when I was having a baby and no one believed me and no one respected me and no one helped me, sure as wouldn't want to come back and do it again. Do you want to know my rule in a situation like this? It's birth first, chat later, because all of those details that she's asking, they aren't going to change after she gives birth to her baby. Also, shout out to the queen behind the camera, because a lot of times we say things like advocate for yourself, but that becomes really, really difficult when your body's sole purpose goes inward and it goes to safely birthing your baby. Because I can guarantee you, she was thinking everything that lady was saying. And if you've had a similar experience, let me know your name in the comments. We're gonna say it out loud, and then hopefully that redheaded nurse is gonna see this video and realize that she is perpetuating a very big problem.
And that abuse went on for a while. And I say abuse because it is abuse. And when we know that Black and brown people are 4 times likely to die today than me and my color, this is totally disgusting behavior. But let me tell you something. This happens way more than we talk about. This mom was clearly having a baby, was just ignored. I have also had clients ignored. I sat in an ER with a client, a Black mom, who was sitting on her ball for more than an hour. And I would go up to the desk about every 10 minutes or so and ask what the problem was, that she was actually in active labor and no one cared, and why she's gone on to have 2 home births. I'm not saying to have a home birth. I'm saying that systems need to pay attention to how they're treating people, because this is one of the reasons why people feel unsafe and are having out-of-hospital births. This mom ended up standing up, turning around in the wheelchair, and then had a baby not too long after that. There are some people who do not need to even enter the doors of healthcare.
The video I just watched is absolutely horrifying. There is footage circulating on social media right now of a young Black pregnant mother in active labor arriving to an emergency department, and instead of receiving urgent, compassionate care, the triage nurse appears to be more focused on completing paperwork than focusing on the human life right in front of her. It appears she doesn't visibly check her, no fetal monitoring, no stabilization, instead forms in a mother that is in active labor. This is a medical emergency, and in that moment, she appears to be completely ignored. No empathy, no humanity, just cold, and that is completely unacceptable. My heart goes out to that mother. I hope with all my being that she and her baby are okay, because we as healthcare workers, we should be the ones that embody light, hope, compassion, humanity. But in this case, all of that was missing. And here's the hard truth. This is not an isolated incident. Black women in the United States are 3 times more likely to die from pregnancy-related causes than white women. 3 times. If you saw that video, and if what you witnessed is an obvious display of discrimination, and you felt your blood boil, you are not alone, because I am fired up too. Because this is entirely preventable. And as caregivers and as healers, we must demand better from ourselves and from our system. And to that young mother, I truly hope you're okay. I hope someone stepped in. I hope you were heard, and I hope you were seen. To my fellow healthcare workers, we need to do better. We must show up. We must listen. We must take action, because every mother deserves dignity. Every baby deserves life, and every patient deserves humanity.
Hey guys, I'm here with Mom and Baby Cash. They are doing well. He has a doctor's appointment tomorrow at the pediatric center. It's a lot of concerns. They taking tests on him. He still have to go through several other tests down the line, because he was born with his eyes open, and due to the stress and trauma that occurred in the triage area, the baby had a bowel movement in Mom, and the fluids was green, and like I said, he born with his eyes open. So they are, you know, taking all that in consideration as well. But he's eating well, sleeping well. looking good. And I was also reading a lot of the comments, and some of you under the impression it was twins. They are not twins. This is daughter with baby Cash, and this is other daughter with baby DJ. They are a month apart. DJ born 10/10 and KJ born 11/11. Thank you again for your support and your concerns, and we will most definitely keep you updated. Hello, TikTok family. This is a follow-up on the video that I posted earlier. So I was at work. I had no idea of the activity that was going on. My daughter's texting me, calling me. I didn't know what was going on. So finally I get home, they tell me about the video, and a lot of you was asking about a follow-up and to explain the situation. So this is the situation. My daughter went into active labor at home. We took her to the hospital. She called ahead of time, so we know they are expecting us. However, we get there to the emergency room. We watching nurses, putting gloves on, running to the door. They get outside of the door, and I drive a black SUV, and they look at my vehicle, and one of the nurses come up to the window, and she goes, I'm sorry, this is for ambulance only. I said, well, my daughter is in active labor. And she was like, okay, she said, but you're going to have to go to the front. I'm like, I have to drive to the front. And they said, yeah, you have to drive to the front. Okay, another redhead. And so I'm like, so she's in the, you hear, and it was like, yeah, she started bagging up, hit the button, went back inside the building. So I go around to the front. I get out of the car. Again, this girl is in more pain now than she was when we first left the house. And she started saying, I feel pressure, I feel pressure. I said, take deep breaths. I ran in. I said, hey, my daughter's in the car. I went to emergency. They told me I had to come to the front. So the lady was like, what's your daughter's name? Told her Kiara Jones. She gets out some paperwork, started typing in the name. I was like, ma'am, do you have a wheelchair or anything? She's in the car. I need to get her in. Oh, if you check on the other side of those doors where the vending machine's at, there should be a wheelchair out there. There's no wheelchair out there. So she gets up, she walks in the back, and she come to the door with a wheelchair. She said, here you go, ma'am. I said, excuse me, you're not going to come with me? And she was like, no. Oh, okay. So, a police officer was in the lobby. He gets up. He grabbed a wheelchair. He goes out the door with me. He said, come on, I got you. Went out there. She is on hands and knees in the back of the vehicle. And I'm like, oh, shit, what is going on? And then she goes, it's in my ass. And I was like, what? And the guy was like, and she was like, he said, okay. She was like, give me a minute. She could not move. So when that contraction eased, we put her in a wheelchair. He said, you can go park your car, because they, again, had people out there. So I went park my car. It wasn't even 30 seconds. I run back in the building. She's just there with a stack of papers in her hand, screaming that this baby is coming. This baby is coming. I look at the registers behind the window, and they looking at me, and they was like, well, we can't do anything until she signed the papers. Are you fucking kidding me? So I grabbed the papers, and of course, it's all ER bullshit that they have. And I was like, you want her to sign this, and she's in active labor. And they was like, okay. I was like, ma'am, she was supposed to be induced earlier today at 8 o'clock. And they called and told her that they will call her because they didn't have beds. And they will let her know. And no one ever called back. They called back every hour on an hour. And it was like, no, we'll call you back. And then finally, her water break, she called them. They tell her to come in. So why is she signing these papers? We need her in labor and delivery. And I was like, ma'am, I'm sorry. So the charge nurse comes out and she saw the paper signed. What fucking, are you serious right now? And she closes the door. And then the lady behind the window at this point, my daughter, scribbled her name on all the papers. We gave it to her. She says, thank you. She walked it around to the charge nurse. She opened up the door. My daughter is literally like having a contraction. And she's just standing there in the door. So we push her into the door. I said, can we get her into labor and delivery? She said, no, we have to fill out all this paperwork. I have to do the paperwork and get her a band before we can send her upstairs. So that was the video that you guys saw that I initially posted. So the next video that has no picture on it was when I was pushing her in and we was at the window because they asked me to move her from the window so they can take care of the guests or, patients that was coming in and out. Do not go to this hospital. This hospital is ghetto as hell. They do not care about black women or their babies. This is crazy. I read about stuff like this all the time. But to see this firsthand, this lady did not care. None of them. It wasn't until we got into labor and delivery where we saw an ounce of care or sympathy for her. Before then, they can care less. She did not care if she gave birth in that wheelchair. That was not her problem or her concern.
Any true midwife would have known that baby was coming, okay? The woman was groaning like, that means the baby's knocking on the door, okay? You've asked her the question, what baby number is this? Baby number 3. Do you know how many times as a midwife you can be asking them the questions whilst you're helping them bring down their trousers, whilst you're taking them to the delivery room? That woman was going to give birth. And the fact that the healthcare professional did not even look at her, you're speaking to a labouring woman and you haven't even turned around to even look at her, to even see all the signs, everything, every sign she gave, the fact that she can't sit down, she had to stand up, she had to turn around. Every sign gave that baby was coming. And even if that baby came 12 hours later, it doesn't matter. That's not how she should have been treated. So when we go on about black maternal health, people think we'll keep going on. This is what we mean. And what you just saw isn't something that happens randomly. This one just happened to be filmed. That video disgusts me so much.
So I just woke up, open my phone, and see this bullshit. Things that we already know happen in this racist system because it's very systematic. But to hear a woman screaming and you're a woman as well, you know how evil these people are. Like, I'm not here for the ally bullshit. I'm not here for, all women are treated equally, even though black women have more of a mortality rate in America. Whereas y'all claim as a first world country, y'all claim we have all the technology. Y'all claim that. But y'all let race determine how you treat a patient and you're a fucking nurse. Jail immediately. You should never work with another patient ever again in your life. I can't stand this fucked up ass world, the way they treat black people, yo. This shit really pisses me off. Every time I open my eyes, I get more and more mad with the shit I see. And y'all wonder why I go so hard on white people. I will forever go hard on them because of shit like this. And that woman would probably claim she's not racist. That lady is screaming in pain. Y'all don't think we feel pain. Y'all just took it out your medical books. Y'all don't think we feel pain. And this is the shit I be talking about. This is why I go so hard. Because the shit like this, you just can't get around. 30 minutes of asking stupid ass questions that could have waited. You could have killed this lady. You could have killed her. And I know you don't give a fuck. You're not going to give a fuck until you in jail crying, I didn't beat it. Bitch, somebody find this bitch. Y'all so good at finding everybody else. Somebody find this bitch. Seriously. And I hope they get everything they need from this fucking hospital. Seriously. Because there's no way in hell. You hearing a person scream bloody murder and you just sitting there with no empathy. You cannot be fucking human at this point. This shit is... You know what?
I don't know if you guys have seen this footage, but this is not okay. I am absolutely mortified after watching this for many reasons. Let's just talk about the fact that I'm an ER nurse and we are supposed to take care of patients. I cannot imagine somebody walking into the emergency room that I'm working in and they are screaming and we know they're in active labor and we're just ignoring them essentially and asking them questions that we can get on the back end. We can get on this app and we can play and we can joke and we can do skits, but one thing I take extremely serious is patient care. And aside from that, let's talk about the fact that African American women are at high risk when giving birth, okay? A study from the CDC shows that for every 100,000 live births, there has been 50 fatalities in African American women, putting them at a 3 times higher chance of fatalities than Caucasian women. So for every 100,000 births, live births in Caucasian women, only 14 fatalities. Not saying, right, that this has to be about race, but it should put an emphasis on the lack of urgency on a patient who's at higher risk. My heart goes out to this mother. I am so sorry you experienced this, and I want you to know that all healthcare workers do not look like that. We actually don't claim that kind.
This video should piss off anybody that sees it, and then it just falls on what I talk about. If you are not passionate about being in the medical field and taking care of people, then you should not be in the medical field. This nurse lacked empathy, sympathy, everything that she needed to take care of this mother who literally was just about to give birth. The amount of pain that you're in right before you give birth to, those contractions, everything, it feels like your bones are breaking, and she's asking her questions. I have no words. It is truly disgusting, that video, seeing how they, she took care of her, the lack of urgency in the whole situation. And I hope this video gets the attention that it needs, that it deserves, because people like that should not be in the medical field. I'm so tired of it. I dealt with it all the time when I was going through my cancer treatment, and I've watched the lack of urgency with my sister who was having a seizure from the paramedics. It's just disgusting what's going on within our medical field, the way they want to get your insurance, they want to get all your information first, and then I'll take care of you.
Do something like that, you are just as culpable.
I want to give an update to this story out of Texas of the woman who was giving birth and seemingly being ignored by the nurse there entering the information. And we've got some more video, actually. I'll show you that in a second. According to the mother of the woman, she was supposed to be induced that day. And so they called that morning and they didn't have a bed. So they told her, hey, we'll call you when we have a bed. Well, apparently that never happened. And then her water broke. And so they call and say, hey, my water broke. We need to get in there now. So they head up to the hospital. When they arrive at the hospital, they arrive at the ER section of the hospital, apparently. And the nurses there said, no, you can't come here. This is only for ambulances. So they made her go around the front. The mother comes in to say, hey, my daughter's in labor. We need to get her in now. She's in the car. And apparently nobody helped her. The mother alleges that she was told to go get her own wheelchair. Yes. And the only person to help them was the officer who was in the ER. The only person to go out and get the woman out of the car was the officer. Now, keep in mind, they were expecting this woman. She was scheduled to be induced. So they should have already had all this information. They should have already known all that. It doesn't matter, because a lot of you are messaging me saying this nurse was only doing her job. I do not care. At some point, we got to have some sort of common sense. And speaking of that nurse, there's another video of a separate situation. Watch her attitude in this video.
Going back in the building, man. We got it.
I'm gonna wait right here with my boyfriend.
All right.
You can go ahead and turn your phone off too, please.
I can record. I'm in a public place.
That's fine. That's fine. All right.
Yeah, look at the treatment.
This is a failure on all levels. I get the nurse was probably doing her job. The attitude was poor. I understand, y'all. I get what you're trying to say. The system's broken. It's not necessarily her. I don't care. She is a nurse. She is a nurse. It was obvious that woman needed medical attention immediately. If she would have rolled in on a ambulance, on a gurney, y'all wouldn't have done that. Y'all don't do it for people unconscious. Y'all don't do it for people who needs a doctor rolling in on an ambulance. So why are we doing it to this woman? There's a reason why people are filming this hospital. Yeah. Shame on y'all.
Guys, indeed, this is a sad video today that I have ever seen in what it is happening to our black women in America, especially those pregnant women. You can imagine this hospital, it is called a Dallas Regional Hospital, and I've been told that this is not first incident which it has happened to this hospital. There are so many incidents like this which it has happened to our black women in this hospital, a Dallas Regional Hospital, and it is like those incidents, it was not being exposed because either they were it was not filmed, but this one we can see it has been filmed, and it shows how this hospital they really work, especially to the nurses, how they really work. You can see these current nurses, she has seated this current nurse, she has seated comfortably watching this black woman going through pain, and this woman, she came out and delivered immediately 12 minutes after this nurse she was asking her question. So after the question, immediately this black woman, she went ahead and deliver. And this is to tell you that if it was not this question, this nurse, this woman, she will, this black pregnant woman, she will delivered very well, but also she delivered, but the kid was with a little bit of complication, because the kid, she was born while eyes open. So right now I'm told that the kid, she's doing very well, and you have seen from the video also the mother, she has come out and do the video telling us how they are going right now. But this current nurse, she needs to be fired, and also this hospital, they need to sue. I can't imagine. This is one of the incidents that has been happening to our black women, and that's why when our black women, they are coming out complaining how they are being treated in America, American, they never come out and try to help black women. Right now you can see it is now coming out. Right now in this 21st century, we are seeing things how they are being exposed, and we need to expose something like this which it is happening to our black women. You can see this Karen, she's comfortable. I can't imagine how this woman, she's really going through pain. This pregnant black woman, she's really going through pain. You can see also in the video how she's going through pain. But this Karen nurse, she's comfortable sitting, asking her a question. How this I wish I could be there to slap this Karen nurse a slap, just to this is her life. You can imagine what would happen if this mom, she could lost she could die together with the child. It could be very bad. So this nurse, she needs to be fired, and also she's supposed not to be seen near hospital. Yeah, she's not supposed to be seen near hospital. This is how these people, some of them, they are treating black. I cannot say all nurses or white nurses. No, this is a few of them. This is how they usually treat black people whenever they're coming to the hospital. This is bad. This hospital need to be sued. And also this nurse needs to be fired, her license needs to be revoked. So majority of black people right now, I want you to call, to still calling this nurse, her license to be revoked. And also guys, I want to read some of the comment and see what majority of people that have come out and say in the comment section. This one saying that not only should she be fired, but her license should be revoked. Exactly, the license needs to be revoked. This one saying that many of those people get into the field just to be able to be in position to do things like this. You can imagine. So this one saying that many of those people, many of these white Karen that we are seeing, get into the field just to be able to be able in the position to go to do things like this. This one saying that women, especially black women, need to build a birthing center, midwife education, and avoid those type medical stuff. Exactly, now it is the time that black people, the black women, should come together and build their own black hospital whereby they will be going there and birth and giving birth to their children. Because if this is how they're treating black women in this hospital, the black women, they need to come out and think how they will be building their own hospital. This was saying that the nurse is not nurturing at all, she is cruel. This one is saying that never let anyone you love to go the hospital by themselves. Exactly, this one saying that the way that lady was treated is criminal. Those nurses should have their license permanently revoked. Exactly, those license the license of this nurse should be permanently revoked. This was saying that how our ancestor and our people have survived this country is beyond me. Exactly, this is just stuff. You can imagine, we are still at the 21st century. The slavery ended, but these people, they are now coming out and treating our black women how they were treating our black women during the days of slavery. No, this won't happen again. This was saying that this is why we didn't get our hate crime bill. How will they get to harm us? This one saying that trust racist should be fired. My karma be swift and savage. This one is saying that the whole medic industry is full of demons. The whole medical industry is full of demons. This was saying that this video need to go viral. Exactly, this video needs to go viral. And for you guys to make this video to go viral, kindly remember to click on the thumbs up. When you click on the thumbs up, according to the YouTube algorithm, it will share this video, it will recommend this video to a lot of people, and a lot of people will know exactly what is happening, so that also people will avoid this kind of hospital. Yeah, remember to like and also share with family and friends, especially if you are having a family, if you know someone who is pregnant or is near that, around that district regional hospital. If you know a person who is pregnant, kindly tell her to avoid that kind of hospital, because of how they are treating pregnant women. Not only for black women, also they might ended up also start treating their own people. So you need to tell the people who are pregnant to avoid those type of hospital. This was saying that the fact that the nurse has her back to her the whole time. This one is saying that active labor is considered a medical emergency. You don't have to sign papers in ERS before treatment. Do unconscious patients have to wake up and sign crap before treatment? No lawyer up. This one is saying that everyone with medical knowledge knows that the pressure in the patient rectum is the presence of the baby in the lower section of the birth canal. That when a mom is ready to push, shame on all the people who neglected the mom in labor. Exactly, these people, they need to be fired. This was saying that this behavior needs to be reported to their state board. This is the despicable behavior from all involved. Exactly, those people who are in this hospital, all of them, they need to get their license revoked, and also this hospital, they need to shut it down. This one saying that that baby is going to be seriously blessed in the spirit world. She was born 11/11 with the eyes open. She will possess many spiritual gifts. This was saying that I hope that nurse get fired, ASAP, and be banned from all healthcare system. This was saying that this is discussing. She literally just sat there like nothing was happening. You can imagine how this nurse, she was sitting there. This one saying that born with eyes open and had a bowel moment, while inside babe was a moment inside. Babe was in distress, risk for medium aspiration syndrome. Oh God, good Lord, I pray for mom and baby. That evil nurse and her colleague who did not intervene should be fired, disbarred, and charged. Taking note of that hospital, horrible. This one is saying that I watched this and cried. I had a similar experience with my son, and it's been many birth control for the last 15 years. Black people need their own doctors and hospital. Exactly, black people need their own hospital and their own doctors. If this is how we are seeing the current white racists, the current white nurse, what they are doing, we need to think twice as a black people. We need our black men, we need to help our black women to build their own birth hospital. So kindly guys, share this video and also remember to subscribe. See you on my next one guys. Bye bye.